Swear I was in a nightmare, searching in the dark, but I couldn't find you. There were footsteps coming down the hallway, but when I turned around, it wasn't you. I was looking at myself, I couldn't see my face, but deep down I knew it was true. Shadows handed me a question: if I ever lost you, what would I do? What would I do? Do-do-do-do. What would I do? Do-do-do-do. Woke up from my premonition, I couldn't feel your warmth, I couldn't find you. So I flipped out, I ran into the kitchen, I found a little note saying I'll be back soon. Relief came with a little breath, with nothing else to do, I headed back to the room. When I saw the clock was hitting midnight, your clothes were all packed and the dog was gone too.
All right. Hi, guys. Welcome back to the podcast. So this is the It's Med Life podcast. And for the first season, it's all about interviewing different types of med students and seeing how they're able to balance their heavy academic load with so many other things that they're doing in their life. So for today's episode, I'm kind of really excited to introduce you guys a buddy of mine from Med Vloggers of the Philippines. She is a YouTuber who just celebrated her first year anniversary on YouTube and reached 10,000 subscribers just this week. She is currently a third-year medical student studying at the University of Santo Tomas, Faculty of Medicine and Surgery. So without further ado, I would like you guys to give a warm welcome to Sam Friel. Hi Sam, welcome to the podcast. Thank you for coming.
Yay, thanks for having me.
So Sam, how are you? How's med school so far?
So far, as usual, mahirap pa rin, pero kinakaya naman.
That's nice to hear. So just to give the audience a little bit more knowledge about you or to get to know you more, would you say what type of med student are you?
Ako as a med student, chill lang ako. Kasi alam ko na med school itself is already very stressful. So as much as possible, I don't want to stress myself. I don't want to pressure myself. As long as I know I'm learning, masaya na ako dun. And also, I'm also the kind na, when it comes to group works, I'm proactive. Pero in terms of grades, I'm not super grade conscious. Yeah.
Well, that's nice to hear. It's nice to know that about you as a med student. So now let's talk about you as a YouTuber. So when did you start your YouTube channel?
I started my YouTube channel last year, October 17.
Mm-hmm.
Then, nung nag-start ako, hindi pa ako regularly nag-upload. Once a month lang, ganun. Kasi hindi ko talaga naisip dati na gawin siyang consistently kasi mahirap nga i-balance yung school tsaka yung pag-YouTube. So, ngayong quarantine lang din ako nakapag-upload regularly.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of people nga started their YouTube career during this quarantine also. It seems like a lot of people started to butt out and bust out their cameras and started recording videos. So about that, can you tell us about your journey? How was it like starting at first? Did you just start randomly with collages or memories, or did you have a plan already for your YouTube channel?
Yung plan ko lang talaga dati is yung gusto kong vibe ng vlog ko is chill. Yun lang yung parang gusto kong gawin. And initially, gusto ko lang talaga i-document lang yung journey ko para in the future, if doctor na ako, may memories ako na papanoorin sa YouTube, ganun. And I didn't really expect na parang gagawin ko siya regularly, ganitong level. So, ayan. I'm just happy.
So everyone has an idea. What type of content do you produce? Is it just purely about med school, or do you produce different type of content?
So far, yung content ko is mostly med school related. Pero I also upload personal videos about me so that my subscribers would get to know me.
Yeah, and as Noe commented, she said, so fast mag-grow sana all," but that's true. You seem to have grown really, really fast over a span of the year. Do you have any idea why, or any guesses why do you think you grew so fast?
Siguro going back, I don't think na mabilis siya compared sa ibang YouTubers ngayon nakaka-start lang din like January or February or nung quarantine lang. Pero siguro yung tip ko lang talaga napansin ko to grow fast in YouTube is to be consistent. Yun talaga. Like set a date, set an exact time, then ulitin mo lang yun every week kasi nakakatulong din yun na ma-promote ng YouTube yung video mo mismo. Like, it goes with the YouTube algorithm. So, yun yung nakita kong essential na tip.
Yeah, I feel like that's kind of the challenging thing really about being a YouTuber is to be consistent with your posts, right? Especially as a med student. You'd imagine that med students have no time for this. How do you make time in your schedule to make YouTube videos as a med student?
Yan lang. Like, pinaplano ko na dapat Friday pa lang nag-start na ako. Ako kasi gusto ko i-divide yung task para hindi ako ma-overwhelm sa isang araw na lahat gagawin ko, edit, shoot, everything. So, ayun, Friday pa lang start na ako mag-draw cut, then Saturday, konting edit, then Sunday para nag-edit na lang ako ng konti hanggang sa Tuesday, which is my upload day. Ayun, chill na ako nun. Like, Monday dapat nag-upload na ako ng Premiere, ganun. So, yun.
That's a pretty good schedule. Are you always able to follow this schedule that you set for yourself?
Minsan din naman, like, may mga times na sobrang tamad ko. Like, gusto ko na lang magpahinga. Kaya binabawi ko na lang sa Sunday usually. Pero kasi ako crammer din ako sa med school. So, minsan din nakakram ko din yung videos ko.
I feel like a lot of us talaga, we tend to cram a lot of our studies on med school. It's really a thing that we do as med students. But also, since you've been producing videos for a while now, where do you get your inspiration for your videos?
Kasi meron akong isang YouTuber dati na hanggang ngayon, fan pa rin naman ako. Sabi niya, what you consume, you produce.
Mm-hmm.
So, kung ano yung lagi mo pinapanood na mga kinds ng videos, yun din yung most likely na naproduce mo. So, ayun, usually, sabang hilig ko talaga sa mga Korean vlogs. Tapos, unknowingly, yun din yung kind ng videos na naproduce ko. Like, yung chill vibe, yung thing na gano'n.
So, do you have a favorite thing about being a YouTuber? Is there something you really like about it? Like, if you had to choose one thing you like the most about being a YouTuber, what would it be?
Siguro yung makakatanggap ka ng mga messages na from your subscribers na they motivate you, na na-inspire na sila mag-aral kapag pinapanood nila yung videos mo. And also when yung mga comments na inaabangan nila yung next upload mo. So, I think yun yung best thing. Saka, alam mo yung parang in my small way, I get to inspire other students din. Like yun, masaya na ako dun.
So, kung meron tayong favorite thing about being a YouTuber, have you ever experienced anything, or is there anything that you don't really like about it, or your least favorite thing about it?
Siguro yung least, dahil sobrang tagal ko talaga mag-edit. So, alam mo yung time na dapat inaaral mo na lang ng mga backlogs mo, tapos dinededicate mo pa mag-edit. So, yun lang. Pero, depende din kasi minsan, parang bleeder ko yung pag-edit kasi natutuwa din ako sa kanya. Pero alam mo yung minsan na sobrang dami mong ganap for next week, tapos kailangan mo pang mag-edit. Yun lang yung nakaka-anxious. Tapos hindi mo na alam kung ano unahin mo.
That's true. I mean, I experienced that also. I'm like, oh, I'm editing videos, but I should be studying. So much time I should spend studying. Pero, what do you think? What would you tell a medical student? Like, is it impossible to make time for it, or kaya naman?
I think kaya naman. Basta, nagsiset ka lang ng schedule, then you abide by that schedule.
To give us
time
an
management.
to give us an idea, how much hours do you spend editing your videos?
Siguro like, di ba hinahati-hati ko sa everyday? So, siguro approximately mga nakakaabot siya ng minimum of 5 hours. Kasi sobrang tagal ko rin talaga mag-edit. Kaya, ganun. Dreadful siya minsan.
Okay, so for those people in the audience right now who are watching and who are probably thinking of making a YouTube channel or even improving their YouTube channel, do you have any suggestions on what do they need to start a YouTube channel?
First is have a vision kung ano yung gusto mong kind ng videos or content na gusto mong i-upload. Like, find inspiration, ang dami sa YouTube. Or kung ano din yung kind ng videos na if nakita mo yung video na yun, i-click mo siya. So, yun. Tapos second is, even though hindi kasi siya madali, like hindi madali mag-grow, pero I assure you na once you are consistent, once you work hard for it, like you'll definitely grow, and that you just need to wait patiently. Ayun. So, tiwala lang.
For the practical aspects, what do you think you need? Like, do you need a camera? Do you need good editing software? What do you think you need to start a channel na you think pwede na siya to launch your YouTube channel?
Nag-start lang din ako sa phone. So, you can just start with your phone. And when it comes to editing software, kahit iMovie nga pwede or any free software. Like, ako ngayon yung sa iPad, minsan sa iPad, or mostly sa iPad lang din ako nag-edit. So, okay din yun. Kasi, like, the only thing na that hinders you from starting your own channel is yourself. So, just push for it, just go with it, and it's really worth it.
So, tell us a little bit naman about your secret. What keeps you motivated for your channel? Like, what keeps you going? What makes you want to pursue this even if we have a crazy schedule as medical students?
Siguro, mga inspiration ko, ayun, yung maraming tao na nag-message na namamotivate ko sila. So, in turn, namamotivate din nila ako na mag-upload pa ng videos.
So your motivation really relies on the community that you've formed. And yeah, I've been watching a lot of your premieres and I've really noticed how you really have such a tight community who's always there supporting you and pushing you to keep going. And I feel like that really is a nice thing about YouTube sometimes. And I feel like the friendships that you make, right? Who would have thought that, like, you and I, we became friends through YouTube. Like,
through YouTube.
Yeah, I think it's super cool that through becoming a YouTuber or just being an active fan of a YouTuber or subscriber, you can form all of these friendships already. Here's a little bit of a question. Kahit 1 year ka pa lang sa YouTube, or since you've only been on YouTube for a year, have you already experienced the YouTuber burnout that they talk about?
Lalo na kapag, kunyari, hell week sa med school, tapos, like, sa weekend dun, nag-edit ka pa. So, minsan, kapag alam ko na hindi ko talaga kaya, like, hindi ko pinapost, like, ina-inform ko na lang yung subscribers ko na no video for this week, then mabawi ako next week. Kasi, parang I owe it to them to give them quality content. Like, I don't wanna upload videos just for the sake na may ma-upload kasi kailangan every week may ina-upload. Gusto ko like, yung pinaghirapan ko pa rin, like, hindi ko tinake for granted yung video na yun. Like, it's a video that I'm really proud of. So, advice ko lang if YouTubers also experience burnout. Like, give yourself a break, like, rest, then recharge, do what you want. Like, Netflix ba yan? Kain ba yan? Labas ba yan? Exercise ba yan? So, ayun. And just continue if you think na you're okay again, like na-recharge mo na yung creative juices mo.
That's really great advice. I feel like that happens to me also sometimes. Like, I would see my channel and I'm like, oh no, the last video I posted was 2 months ago. So sometimes I'm really amazed by you, Sam, because like I would see you'd really try to post, if not weekly, every other week. And I'm like, that's so amazing. Sana all. But yeah, I feel like, yeah, that's something I aspire to be, like to be able to be consistent. And but that is a good reminder that you told us to, if you are feeling tired, just take time. Like, don't post a video if it's not gonna be the same quality that you want the people to know. Like, I feel like that's also important, because if there was something I wish I changed before, was to make sure that I didn't just post a video, that I made sure na I liked the video that I was posting. But okay, so now let's move on to a pretty hot topic right now, is the pandemic and online classes. So with the pandemic or community quarantine starting around March, do you think you had like, how did this affect your YouTube channel? Based on growth or your artisticness or your ideas?
Siguro, kasi diba ngayong pandemic, if like halos lahat siguro tayo di natutuwa ngayong pandemic kasi like online classes and all. Pero siguro inisip ko na lang, if there's one thing na magandang nangyari ngayon sa akin sa pandemic, which is yun yung nagka-time ako mag-upload regularly. So, in turn, I would say na the pandemic helped me grow. Pero if papipiliin siguro ako na hindi ako masyadong nag-upload tapos pero walang pandemic, or may pandemic tapos lagi ako nag-upload, mas pipiliin ko pa rin yung hindi ako makaka-upload tapos walang pandemic.
Yeah, that's pretty true. Yeah. Another question I have regarding the pandemic itself, how do you keep content going? Since we're mostly at home lang and all of that, where do you get your ideas from?
Actually, inisip ko na nga parang, hindi ba mabubore yung mga tao na kasi parang paulit-ulit lang ginagawa ko, nag-aaral lang ako, umupo lang ako. Like, paulit-ulit lang kasi nangyayari ngayon dito. Kasi wala naman ako masyadong magagawa. So, ayun. Pero, feel ko naman di pa rin sila mapapagod. Pero ako kasi, ayoko din na paulit-ulit yung ina-upload ko. So, as much as possible, parang every other week, may something new dun sa content ko. Para hindi din siya paulit-ulit. Ganun.
Yeah, I remember one of the new types of videos you shared with us was your skincare video. That was really nice. So, what about how has this pandemic affected your life as a med student?
Siguro ayun, sobrang laki ng impact niya as a med student. Like, sobrang hirap mag-focus compared dati. Kasi dati, mahilig ako mag-aral sa library. Tapos, yung kaya ko talaga mag-focus din, like 1 hour, aral lang. Pero dito, 5 minutes pa lang. Stop na agad. Tapos internet, gano'n. So, sobrang iba talaga. Like, sobrang hirap mag-learn ngayon sa bahay. Saka, yung discipline, iba din. Tapos ako kasi nasanay ako na malayo ako sa fam dati. Nung nag-aaral ako. Like, sobrang ngayon lang talaga ako nag-aaral. Nakasama sila. So, parang weird din. Ang daming adjustment.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with that also. I feel like ang hirap talaga to discipline yourself to just focus on what you're studying. And I also have a hard time because like I'm so used to my classmates telling me, hey, my homework, hey, my exam. Now I'm like, oh, I have to look at the notifications to make sure I don't miss anything. But do you have like, have you done anything to address that? Like that challenge? Did you do anything during this pandemic that helped you improve naman, or it helped change things a bit for you and adjust a bit better?
Siguro like naghanap ako ng study buddy. Like para, kasi kapag mag-isa ka lang, parang walang pressure. Parang hindi ka na motivate, pero pag may kasama ka nag-aaral, yun, pressure ka na mag-aaral din kasi nakakahiya naman sa kanila na nag-aaral sila tapos ikaw nagsa-cellphone lang.
That's true. I feel like the online support system is super important now, and that's one of the great things I guess we can thank technology for, is we can study via Zoom or Discord servers, and I feel like that's also like one of the things that keep me sane also. So, I have another question here about like the starting a YouTube channel again. What do you think, or what would you have changed differently if you would look back into your journey as a YouTuber? Would there be anything you would have changed?
Siguro I wish I would have uploaded regularly pa dati.
Mm-hmm.
Kasi ngayon ko lang din na-realize na yun pala yung impact kapag consistent ka.
Yeah, that's...
Like, ngayong quarantine lang. Oo.
So, can you share us a little bit about the community you've formed, or any nice stories or anything that really made you happy one day? Like, you've noticed, like, oh, I'm so happy I started my YouTube channel. Did you ever have those moments?
Kasi one time, naalala ko nung college pa ako, sinishare ko sa friend ko na gusto kong mag-vlog.
Mm-hmm.
Tapos, gusto ko na i-share din dun yung face ko through vlogging. Kasi ako sobrang mahiyain ko as a person. Kaya inisip ko, ano bang way, ano bang kaya kong gawin na hindi ako mahihiya na ma-share ko yung face ko. So, ayun. Ngayon, parang minamessage niya ako na parang dati sinasabi mo lang yun sa akin, pero ngayon ginagawa mo na, like, gagabi, ganun. Tapos, meron din ako isang message pa nang tanggap na student siya, then he started going to same church nung sa amin, pero ibang branch.
Mm-hmm.
Simula nung napanood niya yung video ko, like, thank you daw sa pag-help sa kanya na i-develop yung face niya through watching my video. So, yun, yung mga nakaka-touch na messages na parang feel ko kasi parang na-fulfill ko yung vision ko sa channel ko.
Wow, that's really nice. Yeah, I feel like that's one of the ways talaga that you feel good, is when you said it was just my dream before and now it's here now. And now you reach 10,000 subscribers. Only 90,000 left to 100K. But yes, kidding aside, do you have any advice for other medical students who want to start a YouTube channel right now?
Siguro, if you're having second thoughts, like you're afraid now, like other people would judge you or that no one would watch your videos, then I'm going to tell you na, like, every YouTuber na plan mag-start, ganun din talaga. Pero, what's important is you still go for it, like, start it right now na, ganun. Kasi, na-realize ko na people will always have something to say about you, whether you do this or whether you do this or not. So, better do something you like, diba? Or do something you've been dreaming or been thinking of doing ever since. Kasi wala namang mawawala sa'yo if tinry mo yan. And wala din namang mawawala sa kanila. So, better do something you love.
That's nice. That's true. Don't let other people's idea or jokes or comments hurt you or stop you from achieving something that you want to do yourself. And also, lastly, since you've mentioned just now that you were actually the shy type before, how did you get out of that? Get out of your comfort zone? What pushed you? Or was anyone there who pushed you? Or was it all you talaga? Like, you're like, no, I'm gonna break out of my shell.
Pero, ito kasi, kapag nag-vlog ako, kausap ko lang yung sarili ko, so parang walang tao, ganun. So, okay lang. Like, hindi ko na iniisip, minsan nakakalimutan ko na ang dami nakakanood pala sa akin, tapos kung ano yung mga pinagpa-post ko minsan. So, yun, parang hindi pa siya nagsisink in na, wala, ang dami pala nanood sa akin, pero ba't kaya hindi ako nahihiya kapag Minsan nga, may isang time na parang sinabihan ako na, uy, join ka sa ganito, tapos sabi ko, ayoko, nahihiya ako. Sabi niya, nagbablog ka nga, tapos nahihiya ako.
I feel like that's a good advice to other people who might be shy to start a channel. Just do it. Pretend that you're just talking to yourself, and then eventually you'll probably gain the confidence to keep on going. And since you also mentioned kanina na sometimes there might be people who might say things that you don't like or who might be hurtful, have you ever experienced this? And if yes, what did you do about it?
Naman like super hurtful, pero siguro yung pag-tease lang na, uy, vlogger, ganun. So, minsan nahihiya pa ako. Like, di ko alam kung ano i-react ako kapag sinasabi nila yes.
What about trolls? Have you ever experienced any trolls on your channel or people who are just really negative?
Like, wala, like, kung sa comments mismo, wala pa naman ako na-experience na hate comment.
Mhm.
Like, siguro yung the most na-experience ko yung mga dislikes sa video yun.
Yeah, I guess. So, does the dislikes bother you pa ba now or hindi na?
Dati, nung di pa ako sanay. Pero like, inisip ko, lahat naman ng YouTubers nagkakaroon ng dislike.
That's true, that's true. Anyway, Sam, I think that's all of the questions I have for today. If there's any questions from the audience, guys, feel free to ask Sam anything. But what about you, Sam? Is there anything that you want to share to us or to anyone in general who might be watching the video?
Siguro,
Your French friels are here for you, Ate Sam.
yes. Hi, Ian. Thanks for watching.
Do you have,
siguro sa mga
do you have a
students lang.
message also for your French friels?
I'm not sure if sino-sino ba yung nanonood ngayon. Pero siguro sa lahat na lang ng student.
Yes.
Fighting sa lahat ng student.
That's true. Kailangan talaga natin lumaban, especially now where we don't even know what's going on. We don't know when it's going to end. But yeah. Oh, just a quick question here from the audience. What kind of editing software do you use right now?
I use Final Cut Pro when I'm editing sa laptop. And I use Glow when I'm editing sa iPad.
All right, so I'll leave the audience like a few more seconds to ask questions. If you guys have any, feel free to ask. Don't worry, hindi naman nangagat si Sam. As you can see, sobrang bait nga ni Sam. And hi Ellie. Hi, Eliza, for joining. Siguro, Sam, do you have anything you want to promote or any video you're excited about that you want to talk about?
Ngayon, wala pa naman akong like video talaga na I'm super excited about. Siguro if some of you don't know about me, I also have a YouTube channel and it's free and I upload med school vlogs.
Are you thinking about your possible specialty na po?
So far, I'm still undecided. Pero I'm thinking of derma, general surgery, and pediatrics.
Wow, derma. Kaya pala may skincare video ka na. Preparing. But yeah, guys, if you want to follow Sam on her different socials, I have everything linked already in the description box para you guys don't have to search anymore. You just press the links. You can follow her on her YouTube channel, her Instagram, and her Twitter. On Twitter, she has a different name. It's at the Velvet Queen, right?
Velvet Queen.
At the Velvet Queen. But yes, so thank you so much, Sam, for joining us during this podcast. I'm really happy that you made time for this. I know you're so busy since I heard in UST you guys have exams almost every day and quizzes. I heard your schedule's really crazy. So thank you so much for joining. I guess
Hey, thanks for having me.
yeah, I guess we have no more questions from the audience. The rest is just my friend Carl. I'll ignore him now. Hi, Carl. But yeah, thank you again. And yeah, I hope to have you as a guest soon. If ever I have another episode, I would love to have you on this podcast again. Thank you, Sam.
Thank you.
All right, guys. So that's the end of It's Med Life. Thank you for watching this episode. I really hope you guys take time to follow Sam. She's really a great med student to inspire you. She's so nice and her videos are very inspirational. What I love about her videos most of the time is she always adds a Bible verse or she is very open to talk about her faith, which I think is very inspiring nowadays. Also, again, for the next episode of It's Med Life, I am pretty excited to introduce Mark Annis. We will have the next episode this Saturday at the same time, 8:30 p.m. So Mark Annis, for his episode, we will be interviewing the fitness coach. So yes, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Feel free to write down in the comments if you have any type of med students you want me to interview, and I'll be glad to look for them for you guys. And yeah, thank you so much for watching and hope to see you in the next podcast. Bye, guys!
Cold sweat, I was in a nightmare, searching in the dark, but I couldn't find you. There were footsteps coming down the hallway, but when I turned around, it wasn't you.